Our first tip is to sort by text, number, and date. So say for example, we have these names here, and I would want to alphabetize this from A to Z. So you go to sort, click here, and then you can see here the text. So this is text. Ascending is the order. Click OK. So as you can see, you have now names which are arranged alphabetically. Now let's go to arranging dates in chronological order. So once again, you go to sort, and then there's the date here, and then ascending, and then OK. So as you can see, it's now arranged in order. How about these numbers here? Let's sequence this from the lowest to highest number. Go again to sort. Then you have number here, then ascending. Click OK. So now you have 2, 6, and 8. Now for tip number 2, line spacing. I have here a paragraph. Let's try to change the spacing between the lines. So let's highlight the paragraph, and then say for example we want to double space. So press Ctrl and then 2. Now if we want, what's this? Going back to single spacing, Ctrl 1. And then for 1.5 line spacing, it's Ctrl 5. Okay. So again, double space is Ctrl 2. 1.5 line spacing is Ctrl 5. Single spacing is Ctrl 1. So that is for line spacing. For our tip number 3, we have one fun feature on Microsoft Word, and this is the Format Painter. So how to use the Format Painter? See, for example, this text here, good morning and good evening. Obviously, these two have different style, size, and the color. So what I want now is the word good evening to be same as good morning in terms of the formatting. So I will click either on the word good, or I can click on morning. And then on the upper left corner of your screen, you can see there the Format Painter. Click there. Then you can see this icon here. Just swipe the word good evening. So there you go. So now they have the same formatting. Now if you want to undo, you just press on Ctrl plus space bar to remove the formatting. So let's highlight that. Ctrl then space bar. Tip number 4 is the font size. There is a shortcut in changing the font size of your text. So say if you want your text to appear bigger, so increasing the font size, you press Ctrl, then what's this, square bracket, or Ctrl Shift, then the greater than symbol. For the decreasing of the font size, so you want your text to be smaller, you press on Ctrl, the square bracket, or Ctrl Shift, less than sign. Let's try this text here. So if I press on Ctrl, then the square bracket, so it's increasing the size. Or I can press on Ctrl Shift, then the angle greater than the sign. You have that there. So that's how we increase the font size. Now for decreasing the font size, we highlight the text, and then we press on Ctrl, then the square bracket. So that's decreasing. Or you can also press on Ctrl and Shift, then the less than sign. So that's decreasing. Let's proceed to tip number 5, the ink equation. So you can insert an equation on your Word document. And how to do this? You go to the Insert tab and then look for the word equation. So we can see it here. Click. Okay, at the bottom, we can see ink equation. So click on that. Now you can type in your equation. Say, for example, you want C is equal to A squared plus b squared. Select and correct. You make a loop around the equation. Okay, now you have several equations to choose from. So you just choose, say, I would want this, and then insert. Now you click on these three dots to highlight it, and then control the bracket to make it bigger. So now you have an equation there. So you can add more equations if you want to. Again, just go to Insert and then look for the ink equation on the Equation tab. Let's talk about subscript and superscript for our tip number 6. So if you want to insert a subscript, say for example like this number 2 here, you just press Ctrl plus. If you want to insert a superscript, you press Ctrl Shift plus. Let's have an example. Say letter B. You want to insert a subscript, press on Ctrl plus 2. Or if you want to change 2 to 3, you may. Another example for superscript, say you want letter C, inserting a superscript, you just press on Ctrl Shift plus then 3. So that's how you insert a subscript and superscript on your Word document. You may also go here. This one is for the superscript and this one is for the subscript.